Hello everyone, it's Serpent, and welcome back to another episode in modded iCraft. I can't wave. It's so sad. Okay. So let's see what was what did I just do that I want? Oh yeah, right. I'm holding it. I made this pickaxe, and I was going to put this expensive silk touch upgrade that I pre-made onto it, but it turns out when I enchanted it, I got smelting. So that's basically already silk touch. So now why would I want silk touch, you may ask? Well, in my inventory you can see this diamond wand and this diamond chisel, and that sort of suggests we're going to be doing some building. And that is indeed correct. We are going to be doing some building, finally. After I've promised it for 2 episodes, we are finally going to do that. So I've also, just quickly before we do that, I've done some stuff in between episodes because I don't want to let's see. I don't want to waste episode time on grindy machine stuff. Interesting machine stuff is good, but grindy machine stuff not so much. So I've upgraded my power capacity. We have about I don't know, I think last time I checked it was about 50 or 60 million. I don't remember exactly. Let's see, 36, another 18 is 54, and then 12, yeah, 66 million right now. Oop. So yeah, so how am I getting that? Well, it's this power situation right here. I've upgraded all of these to I think it's hardened. Yeah, it's hardened. And then I also put a speed upgrade in each of them. And then over here, I have this docking station for the null, and what that allows me to do is place the null on there, and stuff I want will be taken out of it and put into this sequential fabricator, the substitute to the cyclic assembler, and it will turn it into planks, the pine wood, or fir wood, sorry. And the fir wood will go into this chest and stock up these generators. So what I've been doing to get this stuff is kind of funny. I've chopped down about half a fir forest with this lumber axe thing, or I guess the silence gems equivalent. I've basically just gone out to a fir forest, and they've got these 2x2 sort of spruce-esque trees. I would have used a spruce forest, but didn't find one of those first. And I've just been chopping down all the trees, and it goes really, really quickly with this thing. The only problem, in fact, is that I've burnt through about 30 gems repairing it, and it's got Unbreaking 3. So it's not exactly it's also got a fair bit of durability too. 2,200. Yeah. Anyway. I'll stop with the update now. Oh wait, not quite. Actually, sorry. That'll be in the this thing will have already been discussed in the last episode. I'm recording this before that, in fact. Little weird. Okay, so this is a building episode, right? So let's do some building. So I've chosen some blocks for a base. Most of them are in here, like that. You can see a few of them just named right there, underneath my cursor. And we'll be using those, or at least some of them, when we get to the base. However, first we need to move all our stuff, because we are going to not live here anymore. As fun as it is in this very undeveloped little hole. It's glorious, I know, but we do need to leave for tax purposes. So we are going to leave. Now, what we need to do is take all our stuff from here. Hold on, I saw something interesting in this thing. What is this? I know I put this here at some point, but I've forgotten what it is. Oh yeah, exchange scepter. Okay, so we need to take all our stuff from here and put... What? We need to take all our stuff from here and put it over in the new base. My inventory management is not going well. So we have these diamond chest transporters, and what these are chest transporters that are diamond. They're not just for diamond chests like these. However, we will be using mostly just those diamond chests. In that end raid, we filled up a good portion of them, to be honest. But we do still have one and a bit chests left. Still, we may need to we may need to be what will we need to be doing? we may need to clean some of this out or make some new chests. Probably make some new chests because I'm too lazy to clean. So I also put a bunch of stuff in here. I have been collecting spawners. We'll be using those in another episode probably. And I also have a sort of mildly clever idea for a farm, a power farm. So that's coming on the horizon, but we need to do some building first, and that means we need to use these on some stuff. However, I don't want to I don't want to leave what am I trying to say? I don't want to leave all. Well, okay, so I have to pick all this stuff up, you see? So I need to do that before I move the chests. Otherwise, I'll have nowhere to put it. So I'll do that. I'll take down all our gear first, and probably put that in one chest, just to keep things simple. Haha! It's all gone! The mess is cleaned up. And where is it? Right there. So I actually figured out that you can use shulker boxes with the same sort of upgrades you'd give a chest to turn it into a diamond chest or something like that, but with a shulker box. And I put most of my stuff. I put most of my stuff in these, but I put a fair bit of my stuff in these, and that's pretty convenient. I left most of it in these transporters just because I wanted to be able to keep the location of where everything is. See, I know which chests these correspond to if I put them like that. Yeah, so that's why I used these transporters instead. So now all we need to do is go to our new base location, and if we go to here, pew! Ha! This enderbook is pretty cool, I have to admit. So this is the biome I've picked out. It's right next to a jungle as well. That's kind of cool. Or maybe it's a swamp, I don't know. Whatever, it's next to that. But I think this will go well with the style of build that we'll be doing. Of course, most of it will be underground, but still. Okay, so I haven't explored too much around these the edges of this. It's sort of just a lot of forest as far as I know. Looks like we've got some ice plains. Those polar bears are very prolific in this mod pack, and a desert. That's actually really good. So I've got access to both a cold desert and a desert right next to each other. Kind of neat. And let's see, just some more swamp, and then I think that just goes around the other end too. So now we can actually start on the base, and this is something I'm actually pretty excited about, because like I said earlier, I've already picked out the block palette, and I've got this Umbran wood, which looks really cool, and the Tyrian and Zittel, or yeah, Zittel, maybe Zittil? Zittel. We'll go with that. And then I've got charcoal in various forms, some dead wood, and some more X-stone tiles for stuff that I assume we'll probably be building, even though I don't know what that thing will be. Or more blocks to make with those, in other words, that I don't know about yet. So I've already laid out a little path sort of thing, which don't want that, which looks pretty cool. It's nothing too fancy or anything. out of the way. So basically, this is the primary path material, right? Yeah. And then there. I keep forgetting my pick is actually really good. Not like those crummy normal Minecraft picks. Why did I place that? So then then these will be stuck in every now and then, every apparently 4 blocks, and then on the edges here we will have some of this umbran wood, and we'll probably end up mixing this up a little bit just to keep things looking different. But those colors go together really well. So I'm pretty pleased with how that preliminary testing that I sort of did turned out, considering this was the first design I tried, and it actually looks kind of cool. So once we've got some basic plans laid out, I shall continue. But first, I want to sort of just dig down and find a good depth, and maybe dig out some space for us to work in, because putting it all up here where we're going to have to move it anyway is not the brightest of ideas. Now I've dug out I've dug out the entrance room, and what we want to do from here is probably make an entrance room. Then at some point, probably not this episode, I'll have to check the time. We may have time for it, but we'll expand off in that direction at some point. And for now, we shall just work on this room though. So what I want to do here is not actually, it's not going to be a storage room or something, even though I could desperately use one. I think I'll probably just make an entrance room, and you don't generally keep all your cardboard boxes in the front hallway, so that's not what we're going to do either. These shulker boxes, by the way, are awesome. You can just chuck all your junk in there and then pop one slot in your inventory. That's pretty cool. So for now, I'm probably just going to put my junk at the end of this room, at the end of this corridor, or something equally lazy. Maybe just in here. That would work. Yeah, I'll just hollow this out and put some stuff in there. But for now, we will work on this, or for now, meaning just as soon as I've freed up some inventory slots. So I've got a fairly basic idea of what I want this to look like. It's going to be vaguely circular, and that suggests to me, actually. I didn't think of doing this, of course, before I started recording, but at this point, it seems like a pretty good idea. So the compass, yeah, drawing compass. Let's see. Ornate gold rods. I think I have several of those, actually. But of course, they shall be lost in the myriad of chests that lay unopened and unplaced. So I'll not bother with that yet. However, what was that? Oh, I guess I don't have my gem on. Hey. Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently it turned off. I don't remember doing that. Okay. Well, what I want to do with this... Boy. Okay. I really dislike these shoes, but they do have depth strider, and that wasn't too cheap. Although actually I have loads of silence gems for that now. I'll just take them off and do that again later. Raining. I love this scepter. It's the building scepter from Cyclic, by the way. It's pretty cool. You can build it. I think I don't know. I'm not sure how far you can build with it, but it's a very long way. In any case, let's get back to the. It does switch modes pretty easily though. Let's get back to this though. All right. So I made some more Tyrian because that's the basic floor block. And I didn't make some more Zeidel, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we decided earlier that once every 4 blocks is good. Probably we want to stop the floor about here and put put the border around right here, because I do want to do something interesting with the walls. Haven't decided what yet, but you know, something interesting. All right. Am I still getting chaos? Yeah. Okay. That the little glowy beams are kind of annoying. Still, at least I am getting chaos. That's nice. Perhaps. So we decided earlier that we want these Ziddle blocks to be placed every 4 blocks. So that's just what I've been doing right there. And then I shall fill this in. However, we don't really want the whole thing to be just this same Tyrian. But luckily there is a second texture that we can mix in. I'll do that last though, because I made this cool, not that one. This, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, okay, I have it here. I made this cool thing. It's another cyclic thing, and what it does, let's see, if I place this, shift, okay, that's not how you do it, obviously. Is that a pulverizer? Weird. Apparently I'm doing this wrong. Left click to change size. Huh. How do I select something? Okay, I'll have to figure that out, but apparently you can use it to swap out blocks on the ground with other blocks. Well, I guess there's no apparently about it. I have tested it a little, and as you saw with those logs, it does work. So that will be a thing at some point. But for now, apparently I shall have to do that by hand until I figure that out. So we're going to have one of these, I wanted one of these sort of bordery things around the whole place. I think I need to place a bit more floor first though. So I'll do that and then get back to you. Now here's what I've got for the floor. Hold on. What was it? Never mind. So here's what I've got for the floor. Yeah, so I've got this outer ring and just the cross, and this was just to try and mix up the monotony of the floor. I did actually craft this drawing compass thing. It's pretty cool. You can use it to make circles, and then if you want to, yeah, okay. So if you want to make a circle, you right-click at the center, and then right-click at the edge, and it'll make a circle. Pretty neat. And then sneak right-click. So, yeah, over here is an interesting, maybe, hopefully, oh, yeah, okay, an interesting addition. So I want to do something with the roof and with the walls in general, and I'm trying to add some that's the wrong block. Trying to add some variety, if I can get the right one. Just with some of these charcoal bricks that we made. I'm only going to use these for the trim because they are very dark, and we don't want that going on too often, or else it'll look bad. Oh, what? Looks like we're having lag issues. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so these things here, or actually these things, are framed blocks, and they come from some mod I don't remember the name of. And what they do is they're basically the carpentry blocks of modern Minecraft. There are a lot of copy mods out there. I'm not entirely sure whether the original mod makers consented to that. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they don't mind. That's just what's going through my mind when I use mods that copy older mods, like Industrial Forgoing, or what's what's that one? Refined storage, or this one. I'm just sort of thinking, as someone who makes stuff, hopefully the people who made this originally don't mind. Anyway, so what I've done over here is basically just, it's a little zigzag with these stairs, and then it goes up into a pillar. I'm going to do that in each of these sort of cornoids. Not, oh, that's wrong. Whoa. This needs to go out further a block. Okay, that's not difficult to fix. For a second there, I thought it was going to be something that was actually tricky, that I'd have to rebuild that. That would not have been too good. Out of those, I'll just use this. And there they are. So I'm really liking the looks of these Umbran wood slabs. I'm not so sure about this, because it is very purple. These are sort of subtly purple. Those are full-on boom in your face, I'm purple. And I'm not entirely sure if that's a good thing, because this isn't actually supposed to be a purple build. If you look in my dank knoll, you can see that I've got a bunch of reddish materials. Actually, I've got a lot more purple than red, but the goal was red initially. Why can't I put that back? We'll see how that goes. I originally I decided upon red and, you know, darker colors, just because I want to do not refined storage. Well, I guess I'll probably be doing that too, but what I wanted to do was resonant. What is it called? Something about resonance. Deep resonance, yeah. That, I think, will be a fun power mod to look through, because I have never done that before, and I've only briefly watched Etho do it before he stopped doing that, or that mod. So I don't really know too much about what's going on. I do know that you make crystals, and the crystals give you power, but I don't remember the details of it. So that's going to be fun to mess around with. And I think I need to dig out some more space for this ceiling. Maybe we'll just do the walls. I don't want to dig right now. Okay. Let me just try and think of something, because I'm not very quick at thinking while I'm talking. And here's what I've got so far. I've continued the black trim from this thing to just spreading it out over to that. Basically, I've just tried to put in some sort of support beam like apparatus on the side of the wall, and in the back behind this thing, we will fill it up with Tyrian. At least that's the plan. If it looks horrible, of course we won't do that. But if it doesn't look horrible, this is the general idea. And I've swapped this thing. Told you those were easy to swap. My only complaint with these Carpenter Block 2.0s is that you can't look through them like you can stairs, and I guess hoppers in 1.13. You can't do that, and that is a little bit annoying. It's not all that awful though. I don't think you could do that in the first one either. Let's see. Does that create too flat a surface, I wonder? No, I think that looks alright. So, this I'm not entirely sure about. That looks a little bit wonky to me. I think though, if we try and smooth it out like that, yeah, that looks a lot better. And then if we get rid of that, yeah, and then put the same sort of thing in. Can I maybe reach that? No. Okay, got it. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, yeah, I like that. So we're going to try and do some similar similar things with the rest of it, and I'll get back to you when that's done. So I've done a little bit more of the shaping of this wall. I've put some more Tyrian in the back. I also tried to light this up a little, and the flat lamps that I used don't really look so great. I think it would look better like that, although I'm not sure. That kind of looks nice. No, I don't think that's as good as what I'm planning on doing, because if you look at this, light is being given off by this, right? But if we place these down and that, you can see that doesn't give off light. See? In other words, these blocks block light, right? So this is done with these framed blocks. Apparently, framed blocks are always let through. they always let light through, apparently. So my conundrum of how do I light this wall up and how do I light the entire place up, because there really aren't too many good-looking lighting blocks, other than just, I guess, these. But I could put them here, but I don't really think that would be such a great idea. I mean, it would work, but meh, if you know what I mean. So instead, what we're going to do is put a torch there, and then one of these blocks there, and then if I can get some of this zittle, just put. No! Stop breaking everything. Okay. Don't even have any of that stuff. Okay, I'll fix that later. I'll do that. I'll fix it later. Yeah, so that, and then the same thing over here as well. Just plop, and then plop, plop. And now that wall is actually is actually pretty well lit up. The same thing can be done with the paths, though. So let's try that out. Yeah, that looks good. I don't think I want it extraordinarily well lit up, because it isn't really such a bright block palette. It doesn't. I don't think it really should be lit up so well. I mean, oh wait, I don't have to light it up if I want to see what it looks like lit up. I can just turn night vision on. It doesn't look bad. Come on, turn on. It doesn't look bad with night vision, but I think the shadows give it a little bit of extra niceness. So instead of lighting it up fully, let's see, what's light level? 6, yeah. So we aren't lighting it up enough for mobs to not spawn. However, there are magnum torches for that, although they're not called magnum torches. They are mega torch, apparently. Torchmaster, interesting. So yeah, diamond, gold, wood, torches, basically dirt. Very cheap, dirt cheap. So I think the magnum torches used to be a lot more expensive than that, if I remember correctly, or at least they required the QED. Anyway, moving on. I think that's all the time I have for today, though. In the next episode, we will use this wall here to make all these other walls with an excitingly cool device that I shall hint on in here. It's the red thing. I assume some of you know what that is. If not, well, it's just going to be a surprise. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed making that, at least, because I think it actually looks good, which is more than I can say for everything I've built so far. Anything that I've built so far. This is the first thing that I actually like, which is weird because I've been doing this for what, 2 years? Not YouTube for 2 years, but yeah. Okay. It's taken me a while to get here, but okay. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one. I can't wave. Goodbye.